Hi guys, so today I will be covering out our auto allocation part with Shipway. How you can automatically allocate your orders through Shipway. That is, you can set your courier priorities according to weight range, according to serviceable pin codes. Then we have multiple criterias like COD, order type, paid order type, weight range type, warehouse allocation part, or you can even set your allocation part according to the cheapest courier that we have accordingly. So for that part I will be going to settings section. Where you will find the auto allocation part is, you have to go down to settings. The third option to carrier, you will find auto assign rule. You have to click on to auto assign rule. We have four kind of automatic courier allocation part. So firstly I will be covering out the Shipway autopilot, how we can set up the autopilot section for our automatic allocation of the orders. Simply you have to click on to add new rule. Then you have to give a rule name. It can be anything. For now I am assigning it as ABC. If I have multiple criterias in those particular orders or multiple orders, I'll go to criteria section. Let's suppose for now I only want to assign my prepaid orders. I'll click my order type as prepaid. Now let's suppose I have four warehouses. It can be Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore and Kolkata. So, and there can be couple of warehouses where your SKUs are always present in those warehouses. Let's suppose I am a apparel seller and I have t-shirt SKU always present in my Bangalore warehouse, and my pant SKU always present in Mumbai warehouse. So what I have to do is I'll upload those SKU file. That is the sample. You have to download the sample file, and according to the sample file you have to upload it onto the panel. Or what you can do is, if you have certain set of SKUs, it's a comma separated field over here. You can mention out your SKU list with the comma separated thing, and you will have to upload, or you can simply write it down over here. Now next part will be, here you have to allocate a warehouse to these SKU. So once the SKU is filled out, we'll go to warehouse section. We'll select the warehouse. All your warehouses will be popping up over here in the drop down section. You can select those warehouse in which warehouse your product SKU is present. Now moving on to other criteria, it can be a destination pin code. It can be, let's suppose 100 set of destination pin codes are always covered by your Mumbai warehouse. So what you can do is, you can again upload the sample file. You can download the sample file and upload your pin code according to the sample file, or you can list down your destination pin codes in this field. Again, this is a comma separated field. Once this is done, again you have to set the warehouses over here. All your warehouses will be popping up if you have multiple. If you have a single warehouse, you can select a single warehouse from this list only. Then jumping on to the next criteria, that is the weight range. For weight range, I have two different criterias. One is dead weight range and the other one is volumetric range. And the third one is whichever is higher. So usually what happens is, courier always charge your weight according whatever is higher. That is either the dead weight or the volumetric weight. But some of the sellers or the brand present in the market want to assign their orders according to the dead weight range, or their volumetric can be higher. They want to assign it to the according to volumetric range also. It totally depends on the courier partners, if you have any policies or waiver policies with them. So that weight range comes into picture like that. So for dead weight range, let's suppose I have a weight range starting from 1 grams to 500 grams. If I want to add more, I can add more. Let's suppose it's 501 to 1500 grams. Once this is set, I have to simply click on to add option over here, and I can add this weight range criteria. Same goes with the volumetric weight range criteria also. You can add multiple criterias over here of your weight ranges. Same goes with the invoice range. The invoice range, it can be for your particular orders. Let's suppose you want to assign your orders which have higher value. So what you can do is, you can write down your total from total and to total, and then you have to simply again go to add option and add the condition over here. Next condition or criteria comes the zone wise allocation. Now we have 5 zones over here, that is same city, same state, metro to metro, northeast and rest of India. Now what you can do is you can either select all the zones, or you can, if you want to assign orders to a particular zone, let's suppose same state and rest of India, you can select those and add it to the criteria section or the condition section over here. Then again, if you have only warehouse condition or criteria to be set, you can set down the warehouse criteria or condition over here. Once the criteria is filled out, you have to simply click on to add. All your criteria will be added over here. For now, I'll add it. So these are the criteria which I have just marked, and it is popping up over here. Once I am done with the criteria, what I have to do is I have to set the courier priorities so that I can assign couriers according to the criteria I have designed over here. So I have five options for the courier priority selection. You will find all your couriers in the drop down over here. Whatever courier you want to give the priority as first, you can give that. Then moving on to second, third, fourth, and fifth. Then comes my set warehouse rule. Set warehouse is usually, let's suppose you have multiple warehouses and you want to allocate the nearest warehouse to that particular destination pin code. Let's suppose an order pops up from south of India and you have a warehouse in Bangalore. You want to allocate those south orders to your Bangalore warehouse. So what you can do is you can select the nearest option from here, and accordingly my rule engine will work and your order will be allocated to your nearest warehouse. Manual warehouse is for a single warehouse. Let's suppose you have a single warehouse only and you want to allocate all your orders to that particular warehouse, we can assign that particular warehouse over here. The allocated part also comes into picture, which I will be explaining in my next criteria after this automatic Shipway autopilot selection. Even you can set the RTO warehouses for all your orders. That is, you can change your return to origin warehouses for your orders, but there's a condition from delivery, Amazon shipping, Smarter, and XB couriers that you cannot change the RTO warehouses over here. Rest all other courier partner do accept the set warehouse option, that is different warehouse, RTO warehouse to be selected. Once all these criteria courier priority has been set, you have to enable the status as yes, and you have to simply save it out. Once this is saved, I have to set the courier priority. Once this is saved, all your criteria or your rule will be popping up over here. The rule works accordingly that whatever rule is set for the first time, that is at the first instance, will work first, will run first, then coming up to the second rule. Even you can activate the rule, or you can even auto assign your orders also. Once you have done with the criteria adding section, you have to activate the rule also. And this auto assign order functionality works is, as soon as your order gets captured onto the platform, all your orders will get automatically allocated according to the criteria or the conditions you have set in to this particular rule. Then jumping on to the next rule, that is the cheapest rule. Cheapest rule by name only, it works that whatever courier partner is cheapest will be assigned first, and then the next courier partners, and moving further. Third rule comes as custom. So in custom, what basically happens is you have to set the carrier priority, that is the courier priority, and your courier priority will work according to the weight range and the serviceable pin code. For an instance, over here I have set Blue Dart as my first priority, then second priority as my DTDC, then third priority as my delivery. And I have enabled all this. I'll activate the rule and I'll save the rule from here. Once I do that, this particular activity, what happens is, as soon as click on the automatic option in the assign courier part, all your orders will firstly go to Shipway Blue Dart. It will check the weight range, it will check all the serviceable pin codes. Once this it is all the conditions are true, it will get assigned to Shipway Blue Dart. If any condition is false, let's suppose the weight range condition is not satisfied or the pin code is not serviceable at the Blue Dart's end, what happens is your order moves to the next courier partner. That is, for instance, in this case is Shipway Delivery, Shipway DTDC. It will get assigned to Shipway DTDC if the condition satisfies. If not, then it will move to delivery, and so on. This is my custom allocation part. Last allocation part comes as warehouse allocation. As I said in the starting, in my Shipway autopilot selection, I can set my warehouses and destination pin codes. Let's suppose I have 500 set of pin code that has to be fulfilled always from my Bangalore warehouse or my Mumbai warehouse, or it can be my Gurgaon warehouse. So what I can do is I will upload those 500 set of pin codes, and then I will allocate a particular warehouse to those particular set of pin codes. How we can do that is we'll click on add new rule option. I'll give the rule name. For instance, it can be ABC. I'll click on manual. I'll click on criteria. I'll select the warehouse where I want to designate those particular pin codes. Then I'll go to pin code. Either I can fill out with the into this field that this field is comma separated, or what I can do is I can download the sample file, and according to the sample file I can upload those set of pin code list onto the panel. Once this part is done, for instance, I'll for more better clarity I am writing down the pin codes. I'll simply click as add. My warehouse allocation rule is set. Then I have to enable the status and save it. Once I save this, all my allocation, all my particular destination pin code will get assigned to this particular warehouse which I have just set. I'll simply activate the rule and we are ready to go. So this is it for auto allocation ordering part. I hope it solves all your queries over here. Thank you for the session today.